Hi everyone, welcome back to Rogue Trader Void Shadows. Let's carry on. Exploring the Koronus Expanse, I guess. Where are we? Trinitas. Oh yeah, we've just come from there, haven't we? Let's get off to Janus. I'm thinking, when I was at Fortfall, did I... What's this? Oh, right, yeah, zoom. Did I actually say that I wanted to go into the quarantine zone, or did I not? The warp jump went surprisingly smooth. None of the deck officers on duty reported any incidents. However, a strange discovery awaited the Lord Captain when he returned to his quarters. The bed was unmade. An impression of her head was still visible on the pillow. There were no other signs of intrusion. The guards swore under oath that nobody had entered the Lord Captain's quarters. Okay, when you do a warp jump like that between star systems, things will happen. This was an unsafe jump, so it'll be usually minor. You might have a little multi-choice thing here to address it, fix it. And sometimes they affect you with like you can spend some fuel or weapons or uniforms to fix it. And sometimes you lose some profit factor if you don't. Like a fire might break out or something. On the more dangerous ones, more dangerous routes you can do, like the black ones there. Well, it looks black to me, maybe it's dark grey. That's that colour anyway. Charcoal maybe. Or the dangerous ones, the deadly ones. These ones. You get cultists or demons invading your ship, you have to go and fight them. But on the lighter ones, the safer ones, you get something like this. Sometimes the navigator has a choice to make and stuff. It's to break up the monotony of just making jumps. Imperium released us from its grip this time. Okay, let's visit Janus. Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of the system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home to the agri-world Janus that belongs to the Ron Valancius dynasty. Let me just go to my notepad and go to Telecos Epsilon. There we go. We've received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes a rogue trader and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit. Okay, so what's in this place with the rings around it? Some fuel. What? What's this? Is that because it's a gas giant or something? I'll have a look next time I'm at a gas giant. Never noticed it before. This isn't a gas giant. Could be an ice giant. This white cover is like frost. It's like the frost that forms on the condensers. Can worlds made of nothing but cold truly exist? Plasteel is one of the most common, so I don't need that. Oh, she's down there now. What do I want? Extra officers are always useful, even though it doesn't do as much damage as Argenta yet. Well, I don't know. Also, I'm getting a bit tired of Argentus constantly sniping at Adira. And it's going to get worse from who we meet on the planet. We're going to get attacked again. Like we always do when we make a landing. There's Yrliet. Bladedancer Viat, who's the governess. A lavishly dressed noblewoman in opulent silk gown watches you with expectant ear, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. Let me see if there's any hint here. I'm looking at the picture, because I know what happens. I'm looking for any giveaway sign, maybe? I'm looking down here on the big picture. Those crescent moons. Slight hint. But only very slightly. It could just be embroidery. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat ab Adam. My name is Bladedancer Janus Viat ab Adam of Koronus. By the grace of the Emperor, and by the will of the rogue trader Theodore von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Bladedancer Viat raises her head slightly. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. Theodore von Valancius is dead. I am now the head of the dynasty. Such tragic news. I will see to it the planet observes a month of mourning.
For Janus!
Just stand there. Guess they failed the initiative rolls.
Getting louder.
You will fall.
Well, we've been ambushed, so let's start. Okay, who do we have? They're all servants. So where are the enemies? There's 5 of them. Estate wardens. There's that one then. Can't see where they are. Oh, that's the only one. What the hell? Let's buff Cabello up.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Missed him. That doesn't really matter.
Emperor, give me strength.
How come she can move again? Does she have the boots on? That's only when she kills 2 or more enemies.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
That is strange. Yeah, and this depends on your movement button. That's strange. Pascal, go there. Everyone gets a freebie. Let's buff
I can do that with the right incentive.
Idira. That's your turn gone. Right then, Idira, you do have those gloves, don't you? Yeah. And you're out the front. Let's buff you.
Is not my destiny.
Unavailable. Two presents on yourself then.
Anything else?
She got an extra ranking though. Oh, that's hilarious. This is the 3 estate wardens to our left. Am I killing the wrong one?
On it.
Yes, I've been killing the wrong one. Damn colour blindness. Let's get
But of course.
me dodging then. Yes, get raining blood on. And your free turn. Cassia.
Isn't this a job for the
I'll do what it
serfs?
takes.
Pascal.
As the tenants demand.
Okay, blood oath on you.
As honor ordained. The other side awaits.
Because I killed him, Idira gets another free turn. Buff you. And you.
Was that you? Or I know what is to come. Trust me.
She can move again.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. The shadow will see it done. Killing
Oh, lovely.
no pleasure.
And again, another free turn. Let's get Joy on dodging. And willpower, intelligence, fellowship.
Anything else?
She's not blowing up yet though, but she's on 5. What's that on 24? Does he have the blood thing on? Blood oath, yes.
As honor ordains.
Eyes on 1 health. Typical. Sorry, estate warden. Get everyone's dodge up.
Will do.
That's gone up again, look. Now Psychic rank 6. And because she's got the thing that bounces, any extra damage gets chucked onto her nearest enemy. She had 50 to both. Is this still the same combat though? That's Yrliet again. Yes, it is still the same combat.
Out of my way.
Scared yet?
Hold on. Here we go.
Show me what you've got. Let's get to it.
Oh, I'm going to say sharpshooter. It's right next to those explosive bottles.
Time to slaughter someone.
Okay, let's see how far this goes.
The witch must be appeased.
That'll do. And dodge on Pascal. Level 7. Which is already far higher than anybody else can get.
Don't let your guard down.
Let's do that on you.
I'll see to it personally.
I can't do that as well on the same turn. No.
It's
Might as well do it
as
then.
good as done. You never stood a chance.
Don't have the movement to get anywhere, do I? I've got 2. Well, I do. 1, 2. Let's get you.
Faced worse
Bloodied up.
than this. On it. Your end was inevitable.
102. 114.
I'll make it happen.
So what's it doing now? Because I'm sending them off as well. Is it only when she creates? After triggering? Maybe. The wearers. Maybe she's got to trigger them, I don't know. Oh, we're almost right at the top again.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let's buff Adira.
Afraid not.
No, it already has been. Buff me then.
Is this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Have a go.
High momentum.
Oh, I can't. Let's do that on you. Gets me some movement points.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Oh, not quite enough.
I'll brush this off.
Gets me more movement points.
Who if not me?
I can move a little bit. Let's move this way.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
And the Pascal, okay, everybody's dodge up. And damage. Let's see if we get them in a straight line. And you missed. With a roll of 19, 100. That was very special there. Oh, they're stunned because of that grenade.
Let's get to it.
You never stood a chance.
forward.
Yeah, sorry about blasting you there.
Scared yet?
66 warp burn? Jesus Christ. Cassius just dodging like... What the fuck? Oh yeah, 115, that's why. Is that 66 warp damage? From 15, plus 12, plus 7. Acute pain doubled. Wow. Let's give you some extra intelligence. Who else could do a dodge? You?
But
Yeah,
of
why not?
course,
Doing 100 odd damage there, but it's going to hit Cassia. So just do that.
What's speak on?
180 damage.
I can't catch my breath.
Oh, I'm burning myself up somehow. Don't know how I'm burning, but whatever. Oh, I was standing next to someone that was burning, maybe? 2 left alive. They're both up there.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
Oh no. Oh. Let's do that.
It's as good as done. Just need to tough it out.
Yay! Now he's on fire.
On it.
Kill myself. Brilliant. Brilliant. Ah, it doesn't affect allies, but it does affect yourself. Your lordship, Emperor Preservers. Are you alright? No, I've just set myself on fire. Burnt myself to a crisp. Do not fret, layperson. We've grown used to outrageous slovenliness among the wardens of every world we visit. Pascal's box, quite at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark. Pale greyness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, yet he fears for his own even more. I'm fine. Can't say the same for the attackers. Face the throne. If you please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you will have the protection of the walls and wardens. I'll find my own way there. Stand aside. Yeah, sorry for killing your mate. What's this? Marksman rifles. What do I have? Head trauma. Ugh, that's not a good one.
Always keep your eye on
With the willpower
prize.
reduction. Manufactured sword. Improved flak vest. Something there. More grenades. Okay.
Let us not dawdle.
I hear someone at a temple or something. Can you hear them? Just chanting away. You can tell Cabela's been here.
Keep your wits about you.
And
Peculiar
done.
thing.
Sealed containers marked with the familiar ensign of the Munitorum and additional seals of the Forge World unknown to you. The crates contain high-grade weapons, likely made to order. Hot shot lasgun? A multi-key. The most effective representation of the local flora are assembled in the flower bed. Unfamiliar fruits are ripening on the carefully pruned plants.
I always have a backup plan.
Something over there, I can get to it from all the way around here though. Let's go to the upper level. A decorative spire, hastily turned into a watchtower, is a sure sign of a turbulent situation on the agri-world. They blew through the walls. That's not some thin walls either.
Is there money to be made?
What's this? Was it me and Cassia? Look, we can get down to the water this way. Could we, perhaps, take a brief detour for a closer look? Alright, let's go in here then.
Let us see what I found.
A Medicaid. Forgive me for so boldly stealing away from the others. It's just I simply wish to spend just a brief moment admiring the breathtaking nature of this place. Reflected in Cassia's eyes, the bright blue sky looks as though it is engulfed in a blazing sunset. Within the station's walls, I could never hope to see anything like this, a sky, or a sea, or green leaves. I only knew them from meagre memories of my childhood, or perhaps my mind simply made those up. Even my books, my heart and mind's blissful escape, could do little to help me. When a scribe grows so used to what surrounds them each and every day, they begin to take it for granted, and they never think to write just a few lines about it. But for me, to marvel at the grand canopy of the sky again is a true blessing. Pick a nearby flower and give it to him. Here's your chance to take a small piece of this place with you. Is that good or bad? Cassia gently accepts the flower from your hands. Its petals are like velvet, and the fragrance is both sweet and spicy. A fascinating specimen of the local plant life, but I do not remember seeing it in the great concordance of flora and verdure within the Koronus Expanse, recorded by Megas biologist Clarissa Pott. She stops herself sheepishly. Although I suppose I simply ought to thank you for it. This flower is very beautiful indeed. In that case, I imagine you've never set foot in the sea waters before. Would you like to try? Step into the sea. Me. Cassia glances uncertainly at the playful foam licking the sandy shore. Offer her your hand. There's nothing to fear. We should just let her feet soak a little. Intrigued, Cassia cocks her head to one side. Mischievous dashes of yellow and lilac are fluttering in the wind, like bands all around you. I've never seen you exude such colours before. How unexpected. She gives a quick nod and wearily stretches out a long, narrow hand. It is cold to the touch. I think it's taken a lot from like Final Fantasy 4 to 7 there. Maybe up to 10. The sea is so wet and cold, and the tiny pebbles tickle my feet. Cassia's reserved seriousness gives way to genuine wonder. Never thought it'd be so agreeable, and a little startling. Thank you for encouraging me. She catches herself, her expression changing in a flash. She gently frees her hand and awkwardly looks away. Oh, I'm all about perverting people to chaos, and these little things here, they might start a chain reaction. Move closer to Cassia and silently take in the view. Cassia relishes every breath of fresh air. Her eyes half closed, listen to the sounds of birds hidden from view by the treetops. The tips of your fingers touch lightly. Cassia starts, but does not remove her hand. Several minutes pass in timid silence, like mere moments. Eventually she pulls away. This place, eases the soul. Wouldn't you agree? It's time we were on our way. Oh, it's been too long since we just sat or stood by a shore. Already? Yes, of course. Cassie gives you the azure expanse of the sea. Gives the, not you. Gives the azure expanse of the sea a parting glance and whispers quietly, I think I know what my next painting will be. And everyone's here. That wasn't a romance thing, was it? I don't know, I haven't romanced her before.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Chains or ropes with shackles on the end can be seen in the water. Something white is also visible through the glimmer. A fragment of bone with marks made by sharp teeth. Okay. That's a difficulty 20. A base mine is 30. Wow.
Acquisition is possible.
Acquisition of what? Oh, there. Chartist pendant. +5 fellowship and +10 commerce. If the wearer has dogmatic adherent or above, law Imperium would depend on fellowship instead of intelligence. Again, +10. Law Imperium. Well, that's not good enough for Jai. Because she's not dogmatic. Holes of the warp. That's probably better. Is that it? Someone's been thrown there with concrete socks on, by the looks of it.
Get left in the dust.
Oh well. Sucks to be them. Something hidden in the flowers.
A job for me.
The fountain is an expensive toy for the nobility. Pure water is currently bubbling from it, but additional pipes on it indicate the presence of separate siphons for sparkling wine and other beverages. Wow. Just wow.
One and it's done.
The chapel is built out of luxurious materials, but the holy place looks half abandoned. You cannot smell any burnt incense in the air. You see no seals of cleansing on the doors, and hear no prayers, no human voices or vox recordings. Wonder what that means. Oh, what's up there? The place seems like it was recently disturbed. Dust has been swept away from the stones, and some unidentifiable dirt between the cracks. You notice several thin scratches on the surface. Can I go up there?
I always keep my options open.
No. Has it been hastily repaired or something, or painted over? That's strange. I wonder what it means. I really honestly have no idea. Intriguing.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
That's up to her quarters. So,
My pleasure.
the governor's palace is opulent. The gilt finishes and plaster are updated regularly and frequently. It seems too frequently, even for buildings situated on the coast. Okay, this with the chapel seems a bit strange. Sound effects of this sea and music is nice though.
Keep your wits about you.
Very calming. Oh, we're very close to level 20. Okay, let's go. No, let's go to this way.
I always have a backup plan.
Got some stuff up there to have a look at. Another roadly silence reigns under the arches of the gazebo. Perhaps a sound barrier generator is mounted in the dome. The ivy-covered archway gives off delicate, heady fragrances, although you do not see any flowers. Wonder if that's piped in.
Is there money to be made?
Let's have a quick search around here. Okay, let's go up here then.
Operation successful.
Fire grenade and medikit. I'm thinking, if I give her, oh, she's got one. I'm just thinking if I could throw one of those. Would my double or burning work with that, and will it spread as well? It really would have.
Not dawdle.
It really would have to be a tightly packed area though for it to spread out. How long have I been recording? 37 minutes. Let's carry on. Status under control. You're completely safe,
Always keep
your
my
lordship.
options open.
Did you hear? A vexing Goldino caught her husband with the servitors again. The surprise sounds terribly feigned. Are you truly surprised to learn that the head of Goldino family is seeking solace in such predictable places? Wow. Whoever Goldino is, sure is horny. Unless he was carving them up or something. Quite the opposite. I'm appalled the old man hasn't come up with something more original since the incident in the last soiree. Okay. Ah, the decadent nobles. Soon you'll all be mine.
Keep your wits about you.
You only need to say the word and I will oblige, your lordship. An aristocrat. Berating some servants by the looks of it. Alright, Cabela's having a go at Idira now. You've merely delayed your inevitable death in the claws of the warp, Veni Idira. You could have asked for deliverance, but you did not. Why? Because I'm not a brainwashed death cultist. Because I want to live. Because there are people counting on me. I owe it to them to stick around. Good comeback. Excellent comeback. Such an important occasion, a visit from a rogue trader, marred by such unpleasant incident. Okay. Door there.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Upon seeing you, the guard on the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over in a low bow. Your lordship, most honourable Jellybobs von Valancius. The governor is awaiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany me, meeting with my governor. I think the Heretic one is the other meeting after you uncover what's going on. Not this one. I think. No, I'll speak to the governor alone, just in case it's not. Vistenza Janus Viat ab Adam of Koronus is furiously swiping at data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she wholly puts away devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy. Your lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even my worst nightmares, I could never imagined. You can stop apologising, Vistenza. I'm not offended. Thank you, lordship. Believe me, I'm infinitely sorry that the troubles of Janus have reached us even here, the most protected place on Janus. The maid of honour, companion standing next to Vistenza, respectfully bows her head, but she is doggedly trying not to turn her head towards you. But it's obvious she is watching you through lowered lashes. One of your wardens helped us in battle, a superb shot. Who was it? You must be referring to Yrliet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I've turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations, given the undoubted advantages she brings. You see, Yrliet comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janus like the back of her hand. So she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I'm tempted to send her away from the estate. Her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall. If you wish to speak to Yrliet, you will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep distance from others. Footfall Station is on the verge of starvation. Can Janus supply the people there with provisions? Yes and no, your lordship. If the question is, can such an expansive and fertile world as this one feed a few thousand void rats? Of course it can. We lose more provisions to gnawing pests every cycle than those on Footfall could eat in their entire lives. But can we ship said provisions to Footfall? Not a chance. Any cargo shuttle that leaves the surface will be a target for attack. The rebels will not hesitate to bring it down, sending flaming debris over the capital. Our silos could become targets for sabotage. Food could be poisoned or mined. The logistic of transporting supplies to Footfall will only be possible once the uprising has been completely crushed. What's happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. She shakes her head. And then it became apparent that what the Administratum's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organised attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They've already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt. I've now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but the leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions? I risk angering you, your lordship. There's nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let's consider the situation dispassionately. Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tides when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trial is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Janus does not have its own fleet. We could organise a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal. Ships like yours, your lordship. Perhaps you will find a way to support your subjects in the hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. No. I will get to the bottom of this. I'm sure the rebels will have something to say to the master of their world. She inclines her head. I am immeasurably grateful for your assistance, your lordship. If any of those who attacked the estate had survived, then perhaps we could have made a valuable source of information. But you made an example of them for the rest of this foolish rabble. She glances at the box. Incidentally, I did overhear the wardens talk about some kind of stranger in the area. Besides that, we still do not know who let those reprobates into the estate. The person who did it might also know something. I, as well as my retinue, are at your service. My secretary is checking the staff as we speak and removing all traces of the attack from the estate. An esteemed Magus, who is responsible for the agronomic efforts on the planet, is also here. He happened to be visiting this week to deliver his personal report. And of course, there is my aide and the war against the rebels, Yrliet. I have no doubt she'll be delighted to share her knowledge of Janus with your lordship. Tell me about Janus. Janus is a remarkable world, both in terms of its vast potential and in terms of the work that was carried out to transform it into an agri-world. House Fayat has ruled on Janus for many generations, and each new governor has without fail contributed to the planet's taming. This world was once a wild planet, full of xeno-beasts and utterly unsuitable for growing anything. To this day, despite our best efforts, Janus regularly rebels against us. Earthquakes, tsunamis, the emergence of new pests and weeds that would invade the arable land. Sometimes I cannot help but think that this world is endowed with a consciousness. The consciousness of a capricious and stubborn child who likes to spoil everything we have achieved. What do you grow? Mainly helican flint corn and red turnip. Apart from that, in the southern hemisphere, we have set aside vast tracts of lands for the Grox population, and of course, I cannot fail to mention several thousand acres of tilled land given over to cultivating fermentable fruit, for personal use and limited export. Who is this person standing next to you? One of my ladies-in-waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties and helps me to remain in constant contact with those families who are most responsible for the productivity and prosperity of Janus. I trust my advisors implicitly. And over time, Amelia has become not merely a faithful companion, but almost my shadow. Losing her would be like losing my right hand. Vicenza laughs and gives Amelia an encouraging nod. Amelia drops to a low curtsy, to bathe in the light of your greatness as a true honor, rogue trader. I must take my leave. Okay. Well, that's that.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
So now we have some new quests. Who do I...
Who would have thought that the lowly Jai Hedari would become part of the rogue trader's retinue? The Exalted One is truly generous.
I used to think the same way when I first fell in with Lady Theodora. You'll get used to it eventually. Want me to show you the way to the least worst watering hole on the ship?
Now, we're going to get Yrliet here. Again, who do I... In my last playthrough, she was my top DPS sniper. Against the big boss at the end of the game, she was doing like 7k crits. But then Cassia was doing 5 to 6k debuffs. But things have been rebalanced since then. I don't know who do I get rid of. Necessary. Really is. I want to keep Adira with me because she's also a heretic. Ugh. Having 2 officers is going to make it a lot easier. Kibel is the new person, so I don't know.
Is there money to be made?
Was that Vinzelek? Oh, it's the Pagos. Draped in a red cloak, the Magus's body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in Technolingua to the servo skull floating next to him. But at your approach, he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your lordship. Lex Mechanic Benzelix, how may I serve you? Pascal and the Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binaric greetings. The series of sounds issued by Benzelix sounds much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here on Janus? The tech priest's mechanical voice comes from the speaker on his neck. By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalogue agronomic data and analyse information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tex brother. The diligence and intelligence of those like you turns anarchy into order, and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the light mechanic's body. The tech priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Janus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistic operations. Traces of xeno activity that do not pose an immediate threat to the ongoing operations. Undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted and may pose a threat in the short term. What pathologies in the flora and fauna? Genetic and chemical pathologies, your lordship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often, and if no action is taken, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. The changes may be artificial, as the possibility being considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space. Not at all, venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with the thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? I've analysed the genome of the affected species, and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology. But so far I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up the process, but administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Traces of xeno activity. According to data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet. I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail, but now I must defer the quest for knowledge. The Lex Mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magus Hanuman. Let's talk about something else. I'm listening. How many servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus are there on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomats. The total number amounts to 253. Correction, based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. So, 42 have gone missing, or left. How are things with you and your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. We'll speak later, as you wish. Okay. Nothing new.
Let us not dawdle.
That's Yrliet. Could send her to the ship, or maybe later. Oh no, we don't get her now. We talk to her now.
Yrliet Lenevus greets you, Elantark.
The bizarre creature with a vaguely resemblance of typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, and pointed features. Every aspect of his appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you.
Would you look at this? Xenos. Oh, she devoured them, mingling with humans. Don't your lot think themselves above that? Anyway, it doesn't change the fact that it's a Xenos that's been cozying up to Viet, not a mutant.
Jai tilts her head to one side.
There is fear in your words. You know what I am, and so I may no longer follow the shadowed path and must be direct. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
To be honest, the only thing I understood was that you have no desire to fight. That's one thing we have in common.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
Yrliet inclines her head by an infinitesimal amount. So you're the governor's mysterious helper?
I am, Elantark. My hand parried the death promised to the ruler of these people, and I aided you in battle against the Lost Ones.
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
What do you know about the rank-and-file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Yrliet's face is unreadable, yet you detect a strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. Do you know who is behind the uprisings on the planet?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
How did you come to be on Janus?
The world you call Janus was once created by the will of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Why do you call me Elantark?
Because that is what you are. Elantark means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
I spoke to the Magos in charge of operations on the planet. They say something's gone wrong with this world. There are spontaneous mutations and all attacks. Maybe you have something to say about that.
The Lilithon is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures. But what the machine man told you, that is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
Your answers are not particularly helpful. She'll come back with a snappy retort, no doubt.
But you are not asking for help, Elantark. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
If you want, you can join me. None of the locals will dare to look askance at you, the rogue trader's presence.
So be it. I will go with you.
Yrliet is silent for a few seconds, her gaze fixed on something beyond you. Slowly drawn out her words, she replies.
tenets of the blood-spun web warn us about their deceitful and vicious nature. They compel us to destroy them on sight. She is an enemy of the undying Emperor, and she is driven by dark designs.
She'll say that about us as well.
My judgments and choices are for me alone, monkey. If uniting with your master will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
Your attempts to intimidate me are as hollow as the lies seeping from your lips. Only the Domin's grace stands between my blade and your throat, Xenos.
I am ready, Elantark. Let us go forth.
Just ignores that. But to get Sema from Argenta if she's here. Okay. I'll leave Kibada behind. There's a lot of ranged combat coming up. And I can do a little bit of melee. Pascal's not bad either. What? No. Didn't want that. I've got rid of... Can I load in again? How long ago was that? Oh, yeah, Yrliet's there. Okay. I want Adira. You got rid of Adira for me. Okay, let's do this again.
Yrliet Lenevith,
Would you look at...
there... My soul is nothing kin to yours. I have banished the shadow of... I am at... This world is in...
I'm going to do the same options again.
There is a malevolence here that...
Hopefully in the right order.
The Lilithon is expressing her, but you are not up. So...
But Domin, your attempt...
I am...
Okay. Right, that's what we want to do.
I always have a backup plan.
How long have I been recording? An hour. So I'll save this here. I'll level up Yrliet, and next episode we'll carry on, getting to the bottom of the mystery of Janus. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.